So, I've been using this teapot for years. I broke the top ages ago, but that didn't matter. But then last week I broke the spout. So, I thought I'm going to have to get a new one. So before doing so, I measured the capacity of this and discovered that it takes between 500 and 600 millilitres. So I had that figure in mind when I went to the shops. So I went to John Lewis's in Southampton at West Quay with a view to getting a new teapot. And after I discarded all the very expensive bone china ones, I found that most of them were specified in terms of cups rather than litres. So they said, you know, this is a 4-cup or a 6-cup or a 8-cup teapot, which was a bit of a nuisance because I didn't know what a cup was. But I've since discovered that it's an arbitrary measure somewhat between a third and a quarter of a litre. Anyway, I eventually bought a teapot, this one, because it was reasonably priced and it said 4 cups, 1 litre. So I looked at this and I thought, well, I can't believe that will hold a litre. It seems to be almost exactly the same size as the one I had before, which only holds at most 600 millilitres. Yet it says on the bottom of it 1000 millilitres and on the box. There it is, you see, 4 cups, 1 litre. And it also says 1000 millilitres on the little price sticker there. So, alright, let's test this. Here is a measuring jug. 1000 millilitres is up there. So that is exactly 1000 millilitres of water in that jug. Right, so I've now got to pour very carefully, without spilling anything, this jug into this teapot, which is not going to be easy actually. I think I'll just try it like this to start off with. Right, I've got some in there, and I will do the rest. Well, I don't think that's 1000 millilitres, do you? Nope. If we empty this to a point where it's reasonably full, which is about there, and pour that back into this, we'll see what the real capacity is. Well, that's 700 millilitres. So their measurements are 30% out. Or more than 30% actually, because 10 over 7 is God knows what, but it's more than 1.3. I have no complaints about this teapot itself. It is well made, reasonably priced, available in a wide variety of colours, and the spout pours well, so that's absolutely fine. All I object to is the fact that it's sold with incorrect labelling. A lot of things are like this in Britain, you know. If you go to a DIY store and buy some wood which says it's 25 millimetres, it will probably be 23 millimetres. And if you complain about that, they'll say, oh well, it shrank after we saw it. Yes, it did, of course. Wood always does shrink after, but they could allow for that, couldn't they? In the manufacturing process. The fact that every single one of them is 23 millimetres proves that what they're actually doing is deliberately making it a little bit smaller because they can get away with it. It just riles me, this kind of thing, you know. So here is a piece of ABS plastic waste pipe, and it says on it, on the label clearly, 40 millimetre pipe. Is it 40 millimetres? No, it's actually 42.4 millimetres on the outside and 38.4 millimetres on the inside. So neither dimension is 40 millimetres. Lots of firms make this so-called 40 millimetre diameter waste pipe, which you see is to BS 5255, British Standard. And none of them are 40 millimetres in size. And what you can be absolutely certain about is that 40 millimetre waste pipes from different manufacturers will be a different size. They do this deliberately so that you can't mix and match and benefit from competition. Why do we allow them to get away with that then? So I make no criticism of the retailer, John Lewis. They're simply displaying a product with and copying the information on the packaging. It's probably the importers who've decided to classify this as a 4-cup, 1-litre teapot when it clearly is considerably smaller than that. I don't see the point of that really, because people who actually wanted a 1-litre teapot will buy it and take it home and then be disappointed. Surely it would be more sensible to actually measure things properly. But very few people in Britain can measure anything properly. And I'm a physicist by training, it just simply irritates me a little bit. Anyway, that's my rant over for today. Thanks for watching.